Special thanks to Stephen Cox with a PH instead of a V. Last name Cox, not the Roosters, but like the cable company, COX. I enjoy his videos, learn a lot from watching him, and special thanks to Face 111. If you're watching, Jesus Christ is the way, the truth, and the life. So don't mock that. You've been a huge influence. I think God, helped me by, talking to you. So count that as a blessing. Phase 1. Cheyenne, if you're listening, void disorder. A little joke there. Love you too, Cheyenne. Wherever you are. Money Mike. Calm down. Tyrone, or the Nature Boy. Whatever you're going by today. Woo! Space Mountain, baby. That right there is called a universal joint. Not this hose right here, but this little shiny thing right about. See where my finger's at? No, you don't. But it's that little shiny part on top of that other part. And this was just replaced by one of our helpers. And it's all good. What was going on with the going down the road is the truck was shaking. You could hear and feel vibrations, I guess you could say. And it caused me to believe that I had an airbag problem, a universal yoke, drive shaft issue, possibly a clutch. Sometimes you'll think it's your steering or something like that. Could be, but many times you have to have an expert narrow it down. Make sure that's full of grease, a dope gun, or grease gun as they call it. Make sure you've got proper oil in your transmission. Your gearbox is in the back. And what they did was crawl up underneath it yesterday. Check for the free play where you can lift up on that long shaft that goes from here to the front, and didn't notice that there was an issue. The previous one, where that cup goes around the I guess you could say the cross part of that circle, it's like a T or a cross, and that thing goes around it. It was shredded, so when the guy crawled up underneath it and checked it for free play, he knew it needed dope, and then checked it again, but it didn't look on top, and it was dark in there anyway. So, but this morning we clearly saw that it was shredded, needed a new universal joint. So I ran and got that while the mechanic uninstalled the old one. I mean, you could visibly see that was the culprit, causing all that shaking and vibration. Another symptom that popped up, helping narrow it down, was that when you put the clutch in gear and you first move, you hear a little pop. Sometimes you can hear a little grindy sound, slightly. So there's plenty of symptoms that pop up, especially over time. They increase. Some things could be your what they call drive shafts in your transmission. Got a front and rear shaft there, but if you're on the road, if you're an over-the-road driver or whatever, look at this video. Make sure you keep your grease fittings regularly greased. Change your gearbox grease properly. Don't mix the greases like synthetic with regular. Drain it all and put the whole thing in there. Your service provider should know. You can check into it, but you definitely don't want to go down the highway if that U-joint or any kind of stress fractures anywhere. You could be stranded outside the road. Plus, that thing is spinning at so many what they call rotations per minute, the speed of light. You can't even see it. That the metal goes everywhere and hits things, and it's a big old chunk of shrapnel. So you definitely don't want to cause anybody damage, and especially their lives. But glory to the Most High that this was able to be checked and caught before any kind of major issues were resulted from a bad universal joint.